So the Sprint Medley Open to come, 4228. Those are the numbers to remember when it comes to the Sprint Medley Open. In case you're wondering what those numbers mean, it means that the lead-off leg athlete, so these athletes will run a 400 meter before handing over to the second leg, who will run at 200 meters, and then the third leg run 200 meters. And when they get around to the finish line, they will hand over for 800 meters. So the anchor leg will run 800 meters. So always remember, when it comes to the Sprint Medley Open, let's say here a chance, 4228, 400, 200, 200, 800. As I welcome Daniel Dowie, who is here enjoying what is happening and probably, you know, reimagining her days competing as an athlete and thinking that maybe she should be out there now running.
Not at all, Ronaldo, but thinking about that 4228 for the Sprint Medley, very often the first three runners set up the 800 runner, which that's usually where the race gets decided over the last two laps. The 800 leg, where the anchor leg runner will oftentimes have to battle it out to decide who wins. It's top 8 times who will advance in the Sprint Medley. Previously, we're seeing place qualifiers where it's the first in the heat or top 2 in the heat. This time, all fastest from 3 sections in the girls Sprint Medley Open. So top 8 teams that will advance to the final.
It makes things interesting, doesn't it? Because usually your top 2, in case of 3 semifinals, or top 3 in case of 3 semifinals, then the next 2 best teams based on times. But this year, or this event, sorry, not this year, but this event, it's the top 8 teams by time. So, which means that, you know, you're leading or you're in second spot. It doesn't mean that you get to shut it down and get to cruise over the 800 meters. You really have to run all the way through to get a good time to get into the final, which makes it very, very interesting. They're sent to their marks now. So once again, the athletes await. And now they're sent away. So it's Alpha, Miramont, BB Coke, Alphonsus Davis, St. Jago, Campion College, the Queen School out there in lane 8. Once again, the first leg is 400 meters. The Queen School going well, so too St. Jago. Alphonsus Davis in that black, you see their middle of your shot, is also in the mix. They will run in their lanes all the way around to the 400 meter. Well, they will hand off. So on the outside, it looks as if the Queen School is going well, but St. Jago and Alphonsus Davis, that is where the lead is. Alphonsus Davis with a slight advantage. The Queen School going well. This is the first exchange. These athletes will sprint 200 meters. Let's see who will exchange first. Close between St. Jago and Alphonsus Davis. It's Alphonsus Davis who makes the exchange first, followed by St. Jago. Then on the outside, the Queen School, and then behind them it's a mad rush. Looks to be BB Coke in that 4th spot and Miramont. So they will cut over now into lane number 1. Alphonsus Davis continues to lead on this second leg. The exchange made, the Queen School battling St. Jago, trying to come back to Alphonsus Davis. Don't mind these sprints, folks, because the next handover will be 800 meters, which is 2 laps around the track. So things will slow down. Alphonsus Davis continues to lead. St. Jago trying to fight back. And the Queen School behind in 3rd place. The handover will come now. The anchor leg. And it always interests me, Dwayne and Daniel, how the anchor leg runners go out almost as if it's a 400 meter leg, and then they will slow right down.
The quality on this anchor leg for Alphonsus Davis is Tashona Brown. She's run some steady 800 meters for Alphonsus Davis this year, so she has high quality in the mix as well. The Queen School They have a good 4x4 team. They also have a good sprint medley team. Latoya Williams on anchor leg for them, and St. Jago, they take closer orders. Might be Sinead Galloway on this anchor leg, but Tashona Brown continues to lead, and the Queen School through Latoya Williams has taken closer orders.
So St. Jago still there, in and around. They're really going to push. Looks to be Hamilton and anchor for St. Jago. And Francis Davis through Brown.
Alphonsus Davis shows a lot of depth across the middle distances, and Brown continues to lead for them here, but the Queen School Williams still there with her, and St. Jago's Hamilton.
Yeah, good running from Tashona Brown just now. Locked the inside, so prevented Latoya Williams from going by her. But Williams wastes no time and passes her down the back stretch.
Latoya Williams for the Queen School goes to the front with 200 meters to go. But guess what? Brown responds for Alphonsus Davis high and goes around her on the curve. She looks strong. The strides are starting to get longer. The gap between second and third starting to get longer as well. Brown swings off the bend for Alphonsus Davis, ahead of Williams from the Queen School. Very much focused, and she will get the victory. But remember, it is the top 8 teams by times. 4 minute 13.32 for Alphonsus Davis. St. Jago will finish in third, so 4 minutes 13.35 for Alphonsus Davis. Remember, folks, it's not where you finish, but it's the top 8 teams by times, which means that there could be a heat with 8 teams. All 8 teams go through based on times.
Yeah,
unlikely.
It doesn't matter where you finish, it's how you finish in terms of the time you've run. So you'll notice that teams run very hard. And good tactical awareness from Brown